Hi everybody. Alright, last inspection panel, few rivets around the pitot mast, and then we're going to call the left wing good, or at least structurally. We'll move on to the right. So while you see me finishing up these piddly tasks, I'd like to clarify a statement I made from the last video. I understand you're upset. No one has liked what's happened in our world in the last, 2 years, or 18 months? But all I'm saying is get ready for mandatory vaccinations. And before you get all weird on me, just go online and look at all the list of mandatory vaccinations you have to get for your kids for them to go to school. And then turn around and be like, look, society is built upon oil, cheap child labor, and greed. But it runs on modern medicine, sanitized water, vaccines. And without the continued usage of those, we would regress. Okay? And not into a pretty place. To paraphrase Winston Wolfe, pretty please with sugar on top, get the f***ing vaccine. You know who would have gotten vaccinated? See that picture in the upper right hand corner? Reagan would have gotten vaccinated. Alright, that's it. Left wing is done. And I'm done talking about that. I'm done pandering to mouth breathers. All right, we're starting on the right wing. This is it. This is very exciting. So, you'll get to see this full and complete. You're not going to lose any of the footage, nor is it going to be crappy. There is, however, special consideration with the right wing. So the left wing just contained the pitot mast and the OAT probe. The right wing contains the autopilot roll servo, contains the autopilot roll trim, and it also contains the magnetometer out on the wing. So because of that, we need to, well, I'm not going to start putting skins on until I'm 100% certain that all the wiring is done and that the trim system fits and I don't have to worry about, accessing it through different panels to make sure it's installed correctly and all that. So, yeah, before we actually put the skins on, we got to go through the subsystems. So we'll start off with the roll autopilot area. I had recently, last year, I stole the roll autopilot servo to act as the yaw dampener. So I just had been lazy and not ordered another one. Well, I had to save up for it. So anyway, ordered it. There it is sitting there. So we've got to mount this first. It's not something that you can't do through the access panel that's there. But since the skins are off, there is no reason in trying to make it any more difficult for myself. Here I am cutting a piece of bushing. So the push rod gets mounted to the bell crank there. And you need to have a piece of bushing to go on there to put a spacer between the two parts. I had lost the spacer that Vans gave me, so I made a new piece for myself. Alright, so here's the thing. I do have to connect the push rod up. Why? Because we're going to install the autopilot trim. I keep calling it the autopilot trim. It's the roll trim. So the roll trim is a Ray Allen servo, and the whole thing actually winds up sitting, well, I thought it wound up sitting on the wing spar itself, but it doesn't. It winds up sitting on an inspection panel. But we have to drill holes into the push rod. And technically, I might not fully do it yet because it's one of those things where you have to have the plane rigged and you need to have the ailerons like completely neutral so that you know that the push rod is exactly where it's supposed to be because you have to drill holes to mount little brackets and it's all spring driven. And I just don't want to screw that up. And although I can put the little jigs onto the wing to tell me if the aileron is square, I just don't trust it. But anyway, that's all secondary. Here you can see me going ahead. I'm securing the autopilot servo on, which is sweet. In the next video, we're going to start working on the autopilot trim itself. The kit is in, so we're going to start doing that. So, all right. I hope everyone's going to have a good weekend. Try to enjoy it. Talk to you later. See you soon. Bye.